My name is Gwendolyn Molinax. This is my final reflection, blog post 15 for EDM 310. And man, does it feel good to say I am at the finish line. I remember reading RateMyProfessor.com about Doctor Strange before school had ever started. It had made it very clear that this was not going to be an easy course, and I was extremely intimidated by Doctor Strange. On day one, I was right on time, but it might as well have been 20 minutes late. He had already started teaching and all the desks were taken. When he called my name, he told me that I had not done my first assignment, which was to send him an email with a new email address we were supposed to make before the semester started. Embarrassed, I raised my hand and I was like, "Can I go get my laptop out of my car?" And as I walked out the door, he was on a rampage about how he had sent an email to the whole class telling us to do the things that I had not done. And of course, I did not get this email. I was very overwhelmed just because it was my first day and first semester at South Alabama, and I'd already gotten on my teacher's bad side, which is something I really typically don't do. I remember when Dr. Strange told us that we'd only meet as a class about once a month throughout the entire semester. He told us all of our work would be done in our free time, and I probably looked at him like he was crazy. Free time just sounds like a horrible joke to me. I'm a full-time manager, a full-time college student, and I'm planning my wedding, so the word free time does not exist in my world. What I did do is set aside his class time every week to do his coursework. I just found a quiet spot in the EDU building, and I'd plug in my headphones and I'd go to town on work. Now, granted, I couldn't finish all of it in just those few hours, but I did accomplish a lot. Something that really helped me throughout this semester was the Google Docs checklist. I was able to see what I had to do for each semester and set aside time for it, and it was a very accomplishing feeling when I got to check something off. Luckily for me, time management has never been a problem, but if it is for you, that is something you've got to work on before this class, otherwise you will not make it. Things I learned from this class that I definitely want to take with me when I start teaching was bloggers, Macs, and smartboards. I'd never used Blogger before, and I'm very fascinated by it now. I know when I start teaching, I want to send home a survey on day one asking all the parents what their access to computer and internet is, so that way I can judge how I'm going to teach throughout the semester. I do know I want to teach kindergarten. It's my passion. So if my resources are available, I want to be able to, instead of sending home notes every week that 90% of them don't make it to the parent, I want to be able to post everything the parents need to know on a class blog. I definitely want to use Macs in my classroom. I'm actually buying my first Mac in a couple of months. I'm very excited. And I do know I want to use smartboards. The only place I had ever seen a smartboard in a kindergarten classroom, it was used as a movie screen backdrop. I had never seen it turned on. So learning how to use smartboards in EDM 310 was very fascinating, and I can't wait to incorporate that in my classroom. Projects that I actually want to take with me for my kindergartners would be the book trailers, just to help get them excited about reading. I think that was a very fascinating idea Dr. Strange had for us. And My Sentence videos. The My Sentence videos for a younger age group are absolutely adorable, and it's something I could post on the class blog for the parents and the family members to see. And that way they're actually involved in our classroom as well. Something I wish that we would have learned more of in EDM 310 was how to physically get my students as a younger age group to use technology themselves. I know how I want to incorporate it in the classroom, but I am still struggling a little bit with how to get it in their hands, just for the age group and the maturity level and the responsibility of taking care of the technology itself. Something I will definitely probably abandon after this class was Twitter. I used it before the class, and I'm still going to continue to use it for my personal uses, but as a learning tool, I felt that we didn't really use it in EDM 310. All we really did was send thank you tweets. I do follow a couple of teachers on my personal Twitter, and I plan on continuing following them because I am fascinated with what they have to say. But I don't see it more as a learning tool. I see it more as just me keeping up with the world in education. Overall, I'm very thrilled of how the semester went. I honestly wish that EDM 310 had a second course that I could take to continue learning just through Dr. Strange, because he is a very fascinating teacher, and I feel like I have a lot to learn from him. I probably will continue to play on the EDM 310 class blog even after the semester ends, just to see what he adds for his future classes. and to help keep up with my personal learning network. Thank you.